Welcome back to the Hobby Bros Show with Chris and David. Today we are going to discuss those tough to pull chase cards and the differences among them. But start off, we would kindly ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, down below, link, and follow us on Instagram also, up above here, at the Hobby Bros Show. Or actually, I'm sorry, at the Hobby Bros underscore show. Now, David, we have our first commenter on our video.
Yay! Shout out to
I know,
whoever that
right?
is. No.
Yes. So we kind of wanted to spotlight that comment here to kind of respond and kind of give our opinion on what they said. And this person, yeah, son, what, said in
Yeah,
response
son, what?
to,
Uh.
yeah, in response to your opinion about, or actually question, I should say, on the future of the hobby and if it's affected by the economy, right? And here's what he says. He says, during the worst economic times, card prices rose to the highest they ever were. Seems like the economy doesn't play much factor into the situation. What do you think?
Well, that is true. And during COVID, yeah, card prices went crazy, right? That's how they became what they are today, or at least they spiked during COVID. But during the Great Recession, which was back in 2008, 2009, maybe some people weren't even collecting cards at that time, but we're old, so we were sort of. But I was doing some research, and it looked like card prices, like everything in the economy, went down during the Great Recession.
Okay.
So it really just comes down to demand. If the demand is still there, and well, I don't want to get into an economic lesson, or maybe I do. But I mean, during the COVID recession, people had lots of more money, right? They were like given stimulus checks by the government, so they had money to buy cards or whatever. But anyway, that's probably why, in some ways, prices did not fall during the Great Recession. I mean, during COVID.
Okay, so that's an example, right? But I guess since the hobby's become hot again since COVID, only time will tell if that's going to reign true.
Yeah,
So
only
to
time
be
will tell.
continued. To be continued, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Now, our main topic today, though, is these chase cards, right? That we kind of discussed off camera as one of the hot topics that we kind of had some mixed opinions on or
we do
couldn't
talk
decide.
off topic. I mean, off camera. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
yes, we do. We do. We are brothers. We talk off camera. But I did want to share to kind of get us started and give us kind of a baseline for our discussion. I wanted to share the Tops website. They have a great feature on their website called the Collector's Gallery, Glossary. And that gives you a lot of different definitions to the vocabulary you'll hear a lot of the collectors use when talking about the hobby.
Well,
So,
first, let's talk about different chase cards, right? We've got autographs, which is obviously someone signing it. We've got materials, right? Where there's like the jersey,
memorabilia, yes.
memorabilia. Yeah, there's that. Although, as we were talking about, rookie cards do not usually have materials that are associated with the player, which some people may find to be kind of a bad thing.
Yeah.
And
Some
then
find it
there
off-putting, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's numbered cards. There's parallels, chase hit or chase or case hits. There's super short print versus short print. So we're kind of wondering what the difference. If you're wondering what some of the differences, say versus a super short print versus a short print, I'm confused as to what's the difference. How do you know too what the difference is?
Yeah. And so hopefully these definitions that Tops provides us will give us a little bit more clarity and kind of get our ideas flowing too. So let me share my screen here that I have
Okay.
for our Tops website.
All right.
So you
Whoa.
can, yeah, right. It goes in ABC order, so it's easier to kind of go through. But as you mentioned, chase cards. Let's kind of scroll down to chase cards here. Here
It
we go.
said case hit right there. That's cool.
So chase cards, right? Like you mentioned, examples include autographs, rare parallels, rare rookie cards, relic cards, insert cards. So they're basically not base cards.
What are
They are more.
insert cards? What are quote insert cards?
Mmm.
That's my
Insert card.
question.
Well, let's add to that then. Let's add to that and let's take a look. Let's scroll down inserts. Let's see if we can find that. HI insert
There
card.
it is.
There
You
you
know
go.
the alphabet. Nice.
Yes, I know my ABCs. Thank you. Insert cards, any non-base cards, non-parallel cards.
Oh wait, but here's
Insert.
another question. What's a parallel card? I don't even know what a
Okay, let's take a look at parallel. P
Jackie Robinson had his own category. That's hilarious.
N
Pretty funny.
O P parallel. A parallel. Oh, whoops, sorry. A parallel is basically it runs like parallel to the base card, so it looks similar, except there's something unique about it
So that's
that
a
makes it
variation.
different.
It's a variation on a base card, basically.
A variation on a base card. You can think of it that way. Although there are variations of base cards, there are variations of parallels as well. So that's where it gets a little bit more complicated.
Wow, it's getting even more complicated. Yeah.
So basically, parallels, inserts, different. And then, of course, an insert can be considered a chase card. So if we go back up to chase card,
C, letter C, C, C.
C, C, C. Interesting how it went from R to C like that. Oh,
I
well,
think
maybe because it's
I
debut.
think they mean debut.
Debut. There we go. What am I thinking? Okay.
Yeah, you don't think anything.
So, chase card. It's not an insert. It is a relic, like you said, memorabilia card, rare rookie card. Because even if it's a base rookie card, it could be of a player who is a Hall of Famer now, or is a soon to be Hall of Famer, right? Also, a rare parallel, like we mentioned, a parallel, what that was, or an autograph card. Now, within that chase cards, there are different, I guess, categories of chase cards, right?
Yep.
Like you mentioned earlier. What were those ones that you mentioned earlier again?
Super short print versus short print versus well, we did case hit, right?
Well, we haven't really touched on it yet, though. So how about maybe we start with there since we're right there, right? What a
Yep.
case hit is. Excuse me. So, case hit boxes of cards are usually shipped in a case. And
Whoa.
these, yes, it could be 10 boxes, it could be 12 boxes, 16 boxes, but it's
So when
shipped.
we go to the card shows and they're selling boxes, they're usually selling hobby boxes, right?
Or retail boxes, yes.
Or retail. Well, hobby boxes are better, right? Than retail, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In terms of getting your value back, maybe, maybe not. But in terms of the rarity of the cards or the more value of the cards, I would lean yes more than no.
So when we go to lefties, shout out to lefties, they sell us packs in from retail boxes, right? They can't really sell us packs from hobby boxes, can they?
Nowadays, I don't think they like to do that, but I believe when we started collecting in the very beginning, they would sell us packs from hobby boxes.
Oh.
But I believe from talking to more of the sellers at Lefties, at some of the other card stores we've been to or card shows, the sellers do not like to do that because then if somebody opens a pack in store, like right there, and they hit something big like a chase card, then they know, the seller, that the other packs obviously will not have as good of hits. So then people may not want to purchase it, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah. So yeah, these case hits, usually there's one case hit per box. So in these boxes again, or in these cases, there are many, many boxes of a hobby box or retail box. And in all those boxes, in that case, there's usually one hit, one rare, one valuable hit. Like when we talk about chasing things like the kabooms or
Mm.
downtowns, case hits, right?
Uh, gotcha.
Now, we also want to talk more about the short print and super short print, right?
Yeah, that's really what I'm confused about, and sometimes because are they base cards that are just numbered, but that's just a numbered card, right?
Hmm. Let's see.
How do you know too the difference between a super short print versus slabbing? That sounds really dirty. Slabbing. That doesn't sound.
Slabbing, yes, it has to do with the card collecting,
Yes,
but
it
keep
is
in
dirty.
mind
Come
that's
on,
better.
come on,
We gotta
Top. This is
stay on topic. Short print. It doesn't say anything about super short print. Let's see what it says about short print, though.
well, super. You got to go down, right? It's you got to know the alphabet.
Well, let's see. First, short print. Let's see if lower quantities are printed of this card in the same set. Oh, it even mentioned right there super short print. Short prints or super short prints are much more scarce than the common, and then, of course, more valuable. So, when people say short print and super short print, that leads me to think that they're kind of intertwined or they're kind of one and the same. What do you think?
Well, super short print is a little less quantity, obviously, than short print. I did some research, and it sounds like short prints. There's about 500 of them that are printed.
Short print, 500.
I think, or was it
Okay.
super short print? One
Okay.
of the two.
Okay.
But
Well, either way, 500 for a short print is actually not too bad. And then for super short print, 500, then how many do you think it is for short print then?
yeah, I don't know.
Um you had some examples of some cards that are short print and possibly super short print, right? That even you have.
I do have some, supposedly, unless I got ripped off on eBay.
Take a look above. We have two of them. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And we do
Well,
have two of those cards up above here. The first one is a Paulo Banquero.
one of
It is
my
a rookie
favorite
card.
players.
And it is numbered out of what? Can you remind me?
It's a
10.
Chronicles Vertex rookie card, 1 of
Chronicles
10.
Vertex rookie card.
But I've
Right.
seen that base card, rookie, not numbered. It sells for like $2. I'm not going to say how much I bought the Chronicles Vertex numbered one for, but it was more, obviously, and it's going to be worth more. But is it just his base card, and then they just took his base card and said, oh, we're going to put numbers 1 through 10 on here? Or I'm just confused as to are
If
there
they
10 of these in the world, or how does it work?
so if it's out of 10, right? I believe then that they printed, I want to say they printed 10 additional ones on top of the base set that they printed.
Okay.
So, right, we have a picture up here of the front of the card. On the front of the card looks exactly this. This is you have a parallel, in other words, right? You have a numbered parallel of the base card. The base card looks exactly the same, front and back. Colors the same, pictures the same, same RC rookie logo up in there in the
Yep.
corner, and the back's the same too.
Yep.
It's just it has a serial number now that's been kind of. It looks like it's even been engraved into it, and it's out of 10, right?
Yeah.
So they made however many they manufactured for their base set, and then I think they did an additional 10.
If that's not correct, please correct us in the comments.
Yes, please,
Thank you.
please. If you have other questions about it too, or additional questions, please add into the comments as well, please.
Yes, we can totally be wrong.
Of course. But so it's my understanding then, if it's out of 10, according to the glossary, it's a short print or even a super short print.
How is it a parallel though? Because it looks exactly the same as the parallel meaning it's the exact same. Is that what it means then?
Parallel meaning it's the exact same, just something is different that distinguishes it. For
So
that card, for this card, it's the numbering on the back out of 10 that makes it
a
different
parallel.
and a parallel. My understanding. My
Okay.
understanding. The other card we have up here is a memorabilia card, a relic card, right? Another rookie, or I shouldn't say rookie, this is just finished his second year in the NBA, right? He had an awesome sophomore season, Amen Thompson of the
But it is
Rockets.
a rookie card. It is his rookie card.
I believe it is his rookie card
National Treasures rookie card out of 25.
out of 25.
Very
Yes.
cool card. Got his jersey, got a jersey memorabilia, but it's not associated with him. Just says it just is a Houston jersey.
Yes, yes. So it's out of 25.
Yes.
Does that make it a short print? Super short print. Is it a case hit?
And did they make a base of that card and then this is just numbered, or did they only make 25 of these cards? That's my question.
So I guess it's what makes it different though than the Paolo card we have here is that it has a relic in it or a piece of memorabilia.
Well,
So
and I've never seen a base rookie for National Treasures that's not, or that's, I've never seen a card of National Treasure that's not numbered, right? They're all numbered.
I don't know if they're all numbered, but
Okay.
they tend to have a lot of inserts, mem cards, autograph cards that are numbered in their sets.
So, are there any other National Treasures, Amen Thompson, that look exactly like that card that's not numbered? Is my question then.
With the exact piece of, or not maybe the exact same piece of memorabilia or relic, but another piece of memorabilia or relic of his? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I
If
wish I
you
could.
do and want to comment, please do.
Yeah, we always
It's
check our
free
comments,
to
read our
comment.
comments. Definitely. Definitely. So, I mean, it's an interesting topic because there's that gray line between super short print, short print. Are they the same? And what makes it more complicated is the fact that Panini doesn't advertise their odds for pulling these chase cards, these parallel,
Yes.
these
And
autograph.
sometimes you just have to. Well, there are websites that'll tell you. Sports Card Investor is a cool one that I use to check out if it really is a short print or not. And because some people on eBay will say in their description, "Oh, this is a short print card," or SSP, and then I'm like, "Really? It just looks totally common." And then I look it up, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So, do your research, like you always tell me. And yeah, I just want to know what what separates super short print versus short print versus all these other like our downtowns, right? They're definitely
Mhm.
short print, right? They're yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
They're
Are they
definitely case
super
hit.
short print though?
Downtown super short prints, yes. Well, that's a good question because there are numbered downtowns
Okay, I've
as
never seen
well,
a numbered downtown.
and there's like same for kabooms, another chase card. There are numbered kabooms. So would that mean regular kabooms are short print and then the numbered kabooms are super short print?
Oh, maybe that's it.
That's what I think can that's a I think better example to kind of explain maybe that there is a difference between short print and super short print.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's something that with Tops again taking over the licensing, they do advertise their odds on their website, their checklist. They do have the odds of pulling certain inserts, certain autographs. So
Mm-hmm.
then I think that'll give us a better idea of are they short print? Are they super short print? Are they a chase card? Or are they just an insert? Right?
Yeah.
So again, Who knows what the future holds for the hobby in that sense. Now, I do want to get to the news because there is some interesting news in the hobby, and unfortunately, this is not positive news.
Ugh, the way you said that, man. Whoa.
Excuse me, but it is some important news that I think everybody should be aware of because we all use the mail system, right?
I don't.
Are you human? In Montana, there was a United States Postal Service worker who just got sentenced for stealing about 10,000 sports cards
How is
in
that
various
possible?
packages.
You'd think after like 10, people would be like, hey, my sports cards are missing. 10,000? What the heck?
I know, yes. And they varied from, I mean, some sports cards that were taken were valued around $5, whereas some of the other ones that were taken valued at up to $5,000. So, I mean, I'd be pretty pissed.
Man, this just sounds ridiculous. Is this fake news?
No, 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 this is not fake news. Not fake news. Happened in Montana, Billingsley, Montana. Now,
Billingsley.
yes, there were over 300 victims.
Wow.
300 people involved in this had their cards stolen. That is, yeah, you're right. I don't understand how they didn't catch on to it after these 300 people, right? Now, unfortunately, no jail time for this service worker. However, they are on probation and they are going to pay back $12,000 of what they stole over
Mm.
time payments. But if you
That's
ask me,
nothing, dude. That's like
yeah,
$1,000 a month, and then a year
yeah,
you're paid it back.
that doesn't really add up to all that he stole. And the feelings and the emotions behind that from those victims doesn't make up for it. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on that, David?
Well, my thought of the Postal Service, wow, they really, really need some better quality control or something. But I would just say be careful about, I mean, you trust the Postal Service, but yeah, be careful about sending cards. I don't know. I mean, just ideally, you like to like fly your cards to PSA or hand them to people at card shows who can maybe grade it there if they have graders. But
That'd be the easiest.
that would be the easiest. I don't know how to do. I don't know what to do about that in terms of we've mailed cards to get
Hmm.
graded. So
I mean,
just be
yep,
aware, I guess.
it's a trust thing, and yeah, you just have to be aware. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
the other day, as we were talking off camera, you said something that I think we should get into for possibly our next show here. And it has to do with Luka Doncic.
Oh, Luca, one of our
So,
favorite players to watch, but can't guard a chair.
you're right. He doesn't play much defense, unfortunately. But I heard he's in better shape, so we'll see. We'll
We'll
see
see.
for this next season. So yeah, I think we should get into that in the next episode. This Luka Doncic and his rookie card. So next episode, next show, we'll get into that. Thank you, those of you who tuned in and watched. Please again give us a like, a follow on Instagram, up at our link here, and our YouTube link. Please follow our channel and subscribe. And catch us next time on the Hobby Bro Show. See ya.
See ya.